what this deer is doing or thinking about. Look at those eyes glow in the dark, huh? It's about 25 feet away. Doesn't know what to make of me. Just thinking about it. There he is. He's like, do I run or don't I run? Guess I'll just wander back off in the woods. Hey everyone, it's Tom. Welcome back. Good to see everyone if you're watching, and if you're new to the channel, this is Adventure Backpacking with Tom, or Adventures with Tom, as I do lots of different things besides backpacking. I'm doing one of my favorite things right now, and I'm out in the woods foraging for mushrooms, and we've had such an early spring down here in Northern Virginia that the mushrooms are starting to come out, so I'm just scoping out future foraging places, and I'm going to turn this around in a second and show you what I'm looking at. So here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these turkey tails that are growing on this log that's been down for looks like several years, and you can see they're already sprouting because of the warm weather we've had, and it just goes all the way down this log. So it also spread onto this tree. You can see where the spores have spread. They're starting to take, and there's all these little turkey tails starting to go, and you can see where the spore line goes up. And this tree is obviously dying, so they're taking advantage of it early. Eventually, a couple of years, this thing will probably fall down. But that's what I'm looking at. Turkey tail mushrooms are something great to make tinctures out of, and then when you're done boiling them off for tinctures, you can also grind up the stuff from the boil and put it in like smoothies and things like that. It's got excellent health benefits and antioxidants and stuff like that. I'll talk more about that later on. Another thing I'm looking for also is these dead and rotting trees. This is the base of an old oak tree, and it's definitely dead. You look up, completely dead. But I look when the bark starts to fall off, like you just pull this bark back, you can look underneath here and see if anything's growing, because that's where the mycelia will first take root. And if I come around this side, there's something growing right there, so I know it's probably gonna be something I can come back to and see what happens later on. So a couple more things. See this little green sprout coming out of the leaves here? Just wild ground cover. But when that starts to come out, typically up here in Northern Virginia anyway, that's when the morels start to come out also. So I'm gonna start looking for morels, not today, but maybe over the weekend. And I wanted to show you this as well. This is another type of mycelia that's growing. It's not turkey tail because it's brown. Turkey tail will always be white. This is another dying tree that the mycelia is taking over. And I'm not sure what this is, but I'm gonna do a little research. I don't think it's edible. It looks, if it was edible, it would have been more sprouting right by now, right? It's too dried up. So I'll check into that and get back later. But it's almost morel season. I'm probably gonna go out sometime in the next couple weeks and start looking for them. Here's some more signs of new mushroom growth. Not sure what these are either. Too small yet, but they're coming out. The weather's been pretty warm down here, so everything's sprouting. Definitely time to hunt. So this is something always sad to see. Came across this deer carcass. See that over there? Probably got hit on the road, so I'm right off a road here. You probably heard the noise. There's a bunch of construction going on right outside the woods, but it's always sad when you see this. So right here in my backyard, when I got home from my hike, you can see them behind me. There's a bunch of just wild scallions growing. So I'm gonna pick a bunch of those. I'm gonna make some, just some like garnishments for soups and stuff like that. I'll dry them out, but I'm also gonna keep some in the refrigerator so I can use those in like fresh sandwiches and stuff like that. Check it out. I'm gonna go pick them. So now that I have this back inside, all I'm gonna do is mince these up and just cut them into small pieces. I'm gonna leave some intact for longer pieces for different dishes, but I'm just gonna cut these things up into little tiny pieces. And we can dry these out and use them for herbs, or you can use them fresh if you want. Sometimes I like to put these on sandwiches. It's just amazing the taste. People go out and buy onions all the time, but this is pretty much the same taste. So this is all it takes. And if you want to take these and dry them out, you just take these and give me a second. You take your cuttings and you just put them on a tray like this, and you put them in a toaster oven. Turn it this way. You set that toaster oven, you can't have it too hot. You have to have it very low, like the lowest setting could be maybe 100 degrees, and just do a little bit, like maybe for 15-20 minutes. It'll dry those things out and you can put them in. It's just like buying onion powder or buying those onion bits in the store. So hey, thanks for watching. Glad I could spend the time today, and we'll see you next time around. I'll be out morel hunting next weekend. Drying them out. They'll be dry in about 10 minutes, and then you can use them as condiments.